Hi, welcome, welcome. I am so glad you're here, whether you're watching live on Facebook or live on YouTube or you're watching the replay. I'm thrilled to have you here. Hopefully, we won't have as many technical difficulties. I don't know. My husband rebooted the router and I rebooted the computer. I rebooted my phone. I ran the CC cleaner on my computer, so fingers crossed that it's not still pixelating and jumping. So y'all let me know when you come on, if you would. Make sure I've got volume this time, and let me know if I start getting jumpy or blurry, and we'll just give up and see see what we can do, because I don't know anything else to try. All right, I'm going to get this up where I can see your comments. And please, as I said, let me know when you come on and let me know who you are and where you're from. Would love to be able to chat with you that way. Okay, let's see. I don't have a sample card to show you because I did not think I was going to have enough paper, and I'm not sure that I will. So, oh, hi, Kathy. Thank you. I'm glad you can hear it this time. We shall see. Hi, Rebecca. Thanks for tuning in. Good afternoon. Okay, this is one of the cards I'm doing tomorrow night at my Unbounded Beauty Suite class. And this is page 54, 55 in the catalog. Unbounded Beauty. Let's make this a little bit bigger. We're going to go here. So around like 52 to 55, it shows everything. And I do not have the Flowers of Beauty bundle yet. I just have the Unbounded Love bundle. And I'm using the Glimmer paper and the DSP. And then a different set of gems or embellishments. I don't know why they're not on this page also, but they do coordinate with the in colors, and they're all listed, or should be, hopefully, fingers crossed. I got them all in there in the description box that's below the video. And this is number 7, the 24 to 26 in color shimmer gems. So as I said, all those should be on your right below. So we're going to do a step card, a faux step card today. And as I said, I didn't want to make one up and use one of my supplies that one of y'all might want to come to the class and make tomorrow. So I kind of put it together in my head, but didn't actually put it all together. So we've got a piece of cardstock that is 8 inches. Yep, 8 inches, and it's scored at 1 inch, 2 inch, and 5 inches. Okay, and this is 5.5. So your typical, your typical cardstock base is 8.5 by 5.5. So I've cut off 1/2 inch here off of the 8.5 to make that 8 inches. All right. This is not quite straight, but hopefully we can deal with that. I hate to touch anything since we're not blurry at the moment. Okay. So scored at 1, 2, and 5. All right. And then the big end is going to be a mountain fold. We did mountain, valley, mountain. And I hope I have my bone folder right over here. I was more worried about technical issues than anything else when I was getting ready for this video. So we're going to be using, this is the Summer Splash, one of the new in colors for this year. How exciting. And I usually use my bone folder several times. However many folds there are, I just try to fold it from both directions, getting all that fold as creased as you can. Hope y'all are having a great weekend so far. I also have a piece of cardstock. I believe this is the full 8.5. Yep, 8.5. And it's scored at 4 1/4 in half. And then we've got a piece of the Designer Series paper. This is from the Unbounded Beauty pack. And this is 2 5/8 by 4. 2 5/8 by 4. And this cardstock, as I said, was I don't think I said that, 2 7/8 wide, 2 7/8 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And we're just going to glue this on. Nope, I'm going to go ahead and put the ribbon. It probably doesn't matter, but I have used some of the Summer Splash ribbon, and I just took that off just now. And I just tied that in a little knot. I think a bow would probably be too much for this. So I'm just going to leave that about right there and go ahead and glue that down so we can get one thing done before we proceed. Have y'all been making cards this weekend? Kathy, I hope your daughter's doing well and has had some good results. Yes, I love this color too, Kathy. I think this is my favorite one of the in colors. Sure do. Love it. It's like a darker Coastal Cabana. It's kind of in between Coastal Cabana and Bermuda Bay to me, but it is just gorgeous. And I love this designer series paper that coordinates with it, the Unbounded Beauty. We're going to get, I think that's fine. Yeah, I'm going to leave that a little bit left of center. Okay, so we've got that part done. Now we're going to take, and I was a cheapskate on this. All right, you can put a piece of cardstock all the way across, which would be 5 1/4 by, and we want to go all the way to the top in the edge on this one. So actually it's 5 1/2. And 5 1/2 by not quite 3, probably 2 7/8. All right. But what I did was I cut it. Instead of having this on the center, this is the way it's going to go on the card. Okay. Instead of having it right in the center, let me move that so you can see a little better. It's hard to show the 3D part on air, but it's going to stand up like that. And I wanted it to be a little over here, a little bit off center. And in fact, I can do that. I'm not going to glue it yet until I put the inside in. But I decided I wanted a wider piece of cardstock on this side and the skinnier piece over here. And that is just flat to save paper because I did not want to run out when I was making my supplies for my class tomorrow night. So that's what I did, is I cut it because this one is going to cover up. Let me show you what I'm doing here. So when you put that like that, and then this is going to come over, see, it's going to hide that paper behind it anyway. And if somebody's looking at it from the side, can you see how that's going to work? Kind of. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and glue those pieces in. And as I said, you could go the whole way across if you don't want this blank space in the middle, but I don't think it's going to be very obvious. And you save paper this way. You get to make more cards out of it like this. Okay. And I'm lining that up. Usually I leave a border when I'm doing the designer series paper. Whoops, I need to make that bigger. Sorry. Let's switcheroo this. Y'all remind me if I forget to do that. I sometimes get to talking and not looking. I was looking at the comments, but not at the screen. Okay, and I'll give you the size of these shortly. And I will be putting this on a blog post, so I'll have the measurements there. This one is 1 1/8 by 2 7/8. This one is 1 3/4 by 2 7/8. 1 1/8 and 1 3/4. All right, then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pair that up right down here. Same thing applies, same rule applies. You could do a whole strip all the way across, and that way you wouldn't have to worry about lining this up or anything, but I was saving paper. And I wouldn't worry at all about matching these up as far as trying to match the pattern and all of that. It was just too complicated when you're making multiples. If you're making just one card like this, you could match that up easily. But since I was making so many and trying to stack them up and all that, it wasn't worth it to me, because I don't think you need to see it as a continuous pattern. It's not going to be that obvious once we get this little doohickey on there. All right. Now I'm going to have, this is from that Glimmer paper. Isn't that beautiful? Summer Splash Glimmer paper. And then I'm using, I told y'all, the Unbounded Love set, stamp set and dies. And then also I'm using the Friends for Life. I'm using a leaf out of here. Since I don't have the coordinating one, you could of course use that coordinating one instead of this one. This one has the dies. We're using the dies and the stamp set on this one. Since we don't have the Unbounded Love, whatever that other beauty one was that goes in this Unbounded Beauty Suite, we don't have. All right, we're going to stamp on the inside. Hoorah, it's still not blurry fuzzy, so maybe that cleared it up. I hope. Okay, we're going to take our Summer Splash, and I have already, just to save time, die cut the frame. This is a cute little scallop frame that comes from that Unbounded Love bundle, and I've stamped it with the happy birthday. And on the inside, we're going to stamp "May all your wishes come true." Wouldn't that be nice? Sorry, I've got a dirty pad. I didn't think about that, but all right. I usually do something in the upper left hand corner, but you could do the opposite if you want. And then I'm going to do the little leaf coming up kind of on the right, kind of coming off the page. And I do that just to balance each other out there. Okay, easy peasy. And I'm sticking just to the Summer Splash, kind of a monochromatic card, which is called a Faux Step card. And we'll get this out of the way. We've done all our stamping. I have already stamped that leaf on here and die cut it just to save a little time. So let's go ahead and glue this to the inside. Does anybody have any questions yet? Oh, you're welcome, Kathy. I'm prayers and best wishes for your daughter as she goes through all of that. Cancer just sucks. It's horrible. Yes, that is a cute leaf die cut. It is beautiful, especially in that Glimmer paper. Yeah. Rebecca, you're all in too for the glitter paper. I know. Glitter, glimmer, whichever they call it. Glad y'all like that. Okay, we're getting the inside done. And I'm about to run out of glue, I think. You can use your favorite liquid glue. You can use Stampin' Seal, Seal Plus, whatever your favorite adhesive is for the inside. Simple but pretty, right? And that could actually be put on the inside, or it could be put on the back, whatever you prefer. All right. Now we're going to go to this part, which we want to glue this to the front here. And it's only going to glue right behind here. And then it can glue all the way on the back if we want it to. But I'm going to glue the front first. Nope, I have not had a sip to drink today, but I seem to be mixing up my words. So instead of trying to guess where the glue should go on here, we're going to glue this part because we know all of this is going to be covered up. So I'm going to put it like this, make sure I'm at the right spot. I made these pieces of paper a little bit wider than I had to, just so it would cover, so I wouldn't have to worry about any of it showing. You know, where it would look funny that it's not all covered. Does that make sense? Now, before it dries, I'm going to even that up at the bottom. Can you see? I'm just pushing this down onto the counter to make sure I've got that straight. We'll give that liquid glue a minute to set up. Not a minute, but a few seconds anyway. Rebecca, that I didn't do a bow on this one. I only did that's just a knot is all that is. I just tied a knot on there. And then we're going to trim it. And then it'll kind of look like a bow without having to tie a bow, right? You can do this, Rebecca. You can tie a knot. I know it. I know you can. But I do love the coordination that Stampin' Up! Has, that we can get designer series paper and ribbon and ink and cardstock and everything is going to match. Love that. That's really one of the reasons I'm a demonstrator. Okay, once again, see, I know to go from here to here is all. I don't want to go outside that area. This is really, really fine tipped. And you want to get it solid because they're going to be opening, closing this card multiple times. We just know it. Whoever your recipient is going to love receiving this card. Okay, see how I laid that flat? Now, before it totally dries, I've got that. So I want to make sure that's straight, right? Just like the front. So I'm going to line that up, push against it, push onto the desk, and then lay it back down. Yep, still looks straight. Yay, we did it. Okay. Now, we've got that. We're going to take some dimensionals. And let's see, I think I need the regular size. And we're going to lay this kind of the way we want it. And you could use adhesive sheet on here, but I knew part of it would be sticking off, so I didn't. I'm just going to glue, strategically put the glue on here. And I'm going to do something like this is what I was thinking. How cute is that? Easy, 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 right? So we're going to pop this up. And what we're only going to pop up this part. And I've shown you before, but I'll show you again with a Post-it note. If y'all don't remember this trick, where you put the Post-it note right here lined up and kind of put this where you want it. Okay. Now, you know, just this area is where you're going to put glue. I didn't really spread those out very well, did I? Okay, that should hold it. So I'm going to put those backs off, pull those off. And then I know I can line it right back up here. And then take the Post-it note off, right? So there's no way to get glue where you don't want it if you're using that Post-it note. Of course you don't want it. Of course my leaf was under there. Just stuck under there. Okay. So this is how it opens. It'll sit like that. Cute, right? And then you open it up, boop, like that. Now we're just going to add a little glue here. And we could have done the same thing with the Post-it note on here. I'm kind of guessing. So all of this is going to be flat. And then I'm just going to leave this portion up here open, not glued. So we have these pretty leaves coming off of there. And then we'll glue this one, or we can pop it up. We could, I think we're okay to glue it flat. And then just leave that popped up. And I would probably leave the very tip of that one up just so it has a little bit more dimension. Isn't that pretty? Now we're going to add a summer splash. I hope. I think I have them in here. Shimmer gems. Here we go. The 24-26 in color shimmer gems. I love these shimmery ones. They do have some that are matte finish also, but I love the shimmer. Thanks, Kathy. I'm hoping that will help people if you're not used to that idea of lining it up that way so that you don't get glue where you don't want it. I try to give y'all tips when I hear them or think of them or whatever. I'm glad you like it. Rebecca, I don't think it takes you 500 tries for a bow. You're funny. Oh my goodness. You need some good tweezers or use a bow jig or something, huh? All right, just to keep that knot the same, keep it in place, I'm going to add a little glue dot there. And hope everything's going all right with you at work, Rebecca. And if anybody watching this video has any past Stampin' Up stamp sets that have bowling as a theme, be sure and let me know, and I'll let Rebecca know because she's looking for one for a card she would like to make for a bowler. So we are just going to add, I'm just going to put one of these little shimmer gems on here, and then we'll just spread a couple around. That's the larger one. I'm going to go with this couple of smaller ones. Let's see where we want that. You kind of want the greeting sentiment to be your focal point. So most of the time your gems are going to kind of be in that area. Let's see if we want one over here, down here. I don't really like an equilateral triangle, but I often end up with one somehow. I kind of like one off to the side. Do y'all? Y'all like one over here? Down here? Up here? I have the hardest time trying to make a decision about silly embellishments. Do we want two on here? Happy birthday! We'll just do that. And that, my dears, is all she wrote. See if you can... Wouldn't somebody just leave that out on their desk? I love that. I think it's a beautiful color, and it's a fun, easy side. Oh, okay. Y'all were talking on this side. I just now saw that. Let me see. This was this one, right? See if I can move it over here. Is this what y'all meant? Side over here? It's not exactly at the right point of that. Okay. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. And if you would like to make this card and you're in the Lubbock area, I will have this as a class. This is one of the 3 cards we're making. We're doing 3 different fun folds tomorrow night with the Unbounded Beauty set. So if you're interested, let me know. And if you're interested in me doing this for a class to go, I would have to have several people who are interested in that, because I would have to order a whole nother pack of paper and a pack of the Glimmer paper. But I'm happy to do it if I've got several people interested. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. And I'm glad y'all, hi Deborah, glad you tuned in. I'm glad you love the card. That's awesome. Thanks for tuning in. Anybody have any questions? I'll let you go otherwise. And I've got a couple more cards. I don't know if we'll do those before the class tomorrow night. I don't want to spoil the surprise for everybody who might be coming tomorrow. But if you have any questions or need any of the products listed on the screen, that would be great. They are in the comments below. If you click the more box, I think on Facebook or YouTube, either one, they should be, all the supplies should be listed there if you need something. And I'm happy to help you anytime. Just give me a call. Thank y'all again for tuning in. Have a great rest of the day. Like Kathy said, thank you. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.